Hello friends, Namaste. My name is Dr. Uma. Today we are going to discuss one topic, that is healing state. Why governance must include mental health and spiritual well-being in the curriculum. So first of all, we are living in a world of paradox. On the other hand, we see skyscrapers, rising policies, getting digitized, AI entering into the governance, and everything becoming smart. And yet, behind this smartness, something essential is missing, that is peace, healing. Mental health crises are silently growing. Our youth are educated but emotionally exhausted. Bureaucrats are efficient but often burn out. Leaders make policies but struggle to make peace with others or themselves. So I ask, can we call it development if it comes at the cost of inner destruction? Governance at its core is not just about managing system. It is about nurturing life. And life includes invisible emotions, beliefs, values, trauma, hope, spirit, and whatnot. The state has regulated almost every external function: transportation, education, taxation, commerce, but it has left the internal world to change, or it has not given a single chance to explore. Now, let us understand the crisis. Let us look at the data. The World Health Organization estimates the depression will be the leading cause of global disease burden by 2030. Suicide is on the top cause of death among youth in countries like India. In the workplace, over 70% report burnout, yet less than 5% feel safe enough to speak to their superiors. We say mental health is important, but what has what have we systematically done about it? Where is the mental health in our national vision documents? Where is the emotional safety in school policies? Why is there no dedicated department or ministry for human flourishing or a well-being index in district planning? What we are facing is not just human mental crisis, it is governance gap between outer policies and inner realities. Ancient wisdom meets modern systems. Let me take you back. In ancient Bharat, governance was deeply rooted in dharma, not just as a law but as an ethical harmony. King consulted rishis not just for strategy but for clarity of mind and soul. Education includes self restraint, not just arithmetic. Leaders meditated before leading. That's not superstition, that was psycho spiritual infrastructure. And now, modern science is echoing what our ancients knew: neuroplasticity, mindfulness, epigenetics. Even the West is turning inwards, taking away emotional governance, trauma informed leadership, and conscious capitalism. We don't need to become Western to heal, we need to remember who we are and what we are becoming. The healing state. Now, what is healing state? A healing state is not soft or utopian, it is resilient, emotionally intelligent, and soul aware. Here is how we can build it: institutional healing. Embed mental health departments in all ministries. It is very important. Until and unless our ministries are aware what is happening in the world and they take some step to establish good institution embedded with mental health departments, it is very difficult to remove this gap. Appointment well-being officer alongside HR or admin staff. This could be the another important step which can help all the employees who are working in any organization to uplift themselves before they totally burn out or they leave jobs silently. Introduce mandatory well-being audits in government performance review. When we are talking about NAC, IQAC, this, that, these, those, but when we are talking about the real standards, which tells whether a human being is actually successing, is he is uh, reaching somewhere or not. That is his state of mental health. It should be mandatory to audit the well-being of its employees before setting any performance indicator or performance review. Offer meditation and deliberate space in court, jail, and police station. These are the very small step but can change the way how we are leading the governance system today. Educational consciousness, shift from syllabus to soul syllabus. It is very important. We are our all children are studying the syllabus, they are taking the help of AI, but when it comes to the life guidance, they see themselves nowhere. It is important to make emotional literacy a core subject in the curriculum. Thirdly, let us train the teachers in trauma awareness, not just pedagogy. Our teachers should be trained in how to deal with the traumatic situation, and because they are the light bearer for their students. So when we are able to train the teachers in a rightful manner, they are going to give this teaching inherently to their students as well. Celebrate silence, not just speech. So these are some of the way how we can set an educational consciousness. Healing economics. Now the third step could be redefining productivity to include mental wellness hours in the economics of any organization or at the national level. We can offer well-being tax benefits to the organization, prioritizing the employee health. So value care work and inner work in GDP recalculations. These can be the big steps in moving us towards the real economy. Real economy is not only in money, it is also the person who is how much happy he or she is, a person who is how much satisfied with the organization. These should be the core areas in maintaining the economics of any country. Third, public leadership evolution. Let us create a national school of ethical leadership, include philosophical reflection, solitude in IS training. These are important aspects. Let us ensure spiritual resilience is addressed, not just strategic competence. Segment 5. If we talk about healing in action, personal antidote, case references, let me share a moment. I once led a cell where academic results were excellent, but students were quietly breaking inside. They were not bloom. Their personalities were good, but when it comes to their mental health, they were somewhere not feeling good, and they were breaking inside. One student came to me in tears and said, "Ma'am, I don't feel heard anywhere except in your class." So that moment changed me. I realized that healing was the highest form of governance, and that does not just apply to the student. I have worked with faculties, administrators, researchers, and leaders who are operating on survival mode until someone gave them permission to pause, to feel, to remember that they were human beings before becoming role holders. The role of now the third segment 6, the call of conscious leadership. It can be very inspirational, spiritual, resonant for film close. But if we every leader posts 10 minutes a day, not to draft email, but to check the emotional weather. What if institutions were just not only by ranking but by peace they produce? Healing is not weakness, healing is clarity, compassion, and courage. We cannot build a healthy economy on the foundation of unhealthy minds. We cannot digitize away the need of inner peace. It is important we evolve from nation building to soul building, from information based governance to wisdom based governance, from managing system to healing civilization. You and I, we are now architects. Let us not wait, let us not let us lead, let us heal. So here I conclude, the state is no structure, it's soul, and must be tended with care. Subscribe for soul guidance. Thank you so much for hearing me and taking time from and giving this topic a heed. Listen, please do try to think over this so that we can become a real human beings. Thank you.